Hi, so I made a video a couple of days ago discussing how Captain Marvel's killed feminism in 5 ways. And just to quickly recap, number 1, they hijacked International Women's Day. Number 2, hypocrisy over violent movies. Number 3, the inspirational movie light. Number 4, that Disney pay women less than men, and they're still going to make $1 billion out of this movie. And finally, this movie could have funded, I estimate, about 48,000 apprenticeships for young girls to give them a real boost in their careers. That's how this movie, or the time and the money spent on this movie, could have actually helped young girls. And I don't want to attack feminists really, because I can appreciate where they're coming from. What it is, this movie and all the marketing around it is confused feminists. Okay, so basically you have Brie Larson, who claims she's a feminist, but then she's helping to make Disney pay women less than men to make $1 billion. That isn't feminism. I just can't believe so many millions of so-called feminists have fallen for this trash and this complete scam. If she was a feminist, she wouldn't go and work for a company that pays women less than men, and indeed help them to make $1 billion. That isn't feminism. Okay, if you went back, say, to 1903, the suffragettes would never have done anything like that. And that is because of the marketing. People today are bombarded with very clever, very sophisticated marketing that can make feminists fall for this sort of nonsense, okay? So Disney, the top 5 individual shareholders, 4 of them are male. And I wouldn't be surprised if that is continuous across all the shareholders, that 80% are male. So this movie isn't about feminism, it's just making money for their shareholders. And now these confused feminists, who think they're feminists, but they're helping to give money to a company that pays women less than men, are actually attacking Captain Marvel over the makeup. It is just ridiculous. And again, I can understand, I feel sorry for them. They have been bombarded by marketing, both on TV, on the internet. You know, if they watch Jimmy Kimmel talk show with Brie Larson, that is all a form of marketing. The posters are marketing, the trailers are marketing. They're being bombarded with this marketing, and none of it makes sense because the business that is making this movie, they obviously don't believe in feminism themselves because they pay women less than men. It's just a con that's starting to unravel. Okay, so this is on Twitter. Now, I took out the tweeter's name because I don't want to disclose who they are. When people do that, I don't like it. There's no reason to do that. But this is a photo, this is an image of the tweet, and they're saying, can someone please rinse her face off a little? Okay, so what they're saying is, in this photo, which is this image which comes from the trailer, okay, she's obviously appears to be wearing quite a bit of makeup, and in the Captain Marvel wears very little makeup. But why does that matter? What it is, these feminists are confused. They can't actually see what's happening. They're almost in denial. The marketing has told them that Captain Marvel is a feminist movie, yet the company making it pay women less than men. The dots aren't joined together, and when the dots aren't joined together, the picture, the marketing, the communication doesn't work fully, and it confuses people. So these people who are now attacking Brie Larson and Captain Marvel are just confused because the marketing isn't coherent. So now these fans, they're becoming incoherent because the message is false. If Disney paid women the same as men, then you could say, you know, Disney believes in feminism, but they don't because they're a business. That's their job. Their job is to make a profit for their shareholders, and they've seen feminism as an opportunity to market a product. So that's what movies are. Movies are products basically, especially for these huge companies that are going to make billions of dollars out of them. So this movie is a way to make their shareholders a profit, and that's what businesses do. And they've used feminism as the marketing ploy, but because they don't fully believe in feminism, there's holes. It's incoherent, and there's holes in the marketing and in the messages, and it's starting to confuse these feminists. And I think you could see this more and more as we approach Endgame. There'll be more and more of these confused feminists coming out, because if Captain Marvel isn't a strong feminist in Endgame because there just isn't the time in the movie to allow it, they're going to be disappointed. So they're going to see Captain Marvel as a feminist icon in 1995. Then in 2019, she appears as just quite a normal person who doesn't have these strong political feminist opinions. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see it. I wouldn't be surprised if you see more of a backlash towards Captain Marvel and perhaps even Brie Larson, because fans start to see this movie and this marketing isn't coherent. There's holes in it. It doesn't make sense, and that is because Disney are not a feminist company because they pay women less than men. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised if you see more and more of this, of feminists, confused young feminists who aren't able to see the real picture. They don't ask the questions because they're not, perhaps not as experienced in asking sort of business questions and understanding what this is all about. This is all about making shareholders a profit. That's what Disney do, and that's I'm not attacking that. But when they hijack feminism to do that, you can see that it's not coherent. There's holes in it, and it starts to cause a mess. And this is the mess that it will start to cause. So let me know what you think in the comments below. But for me, these are just confused. These are just confused feminists that have been confused by the marketing. Now incoherent it's starting to become, because Disney pay women less than men. They are not a feminist company.